For this video, I'm going to show you how to go from the layout we had before, or show you how I went from the layout we had before into the two-paneled layout that you see now, where the context to the presentations are to the left of the presentations. So this is, I'm using a dummy site just so I don't mess with the our main one. But so this is kind of how it was set up before, with one column with a document and then the presentation below it. So the first thing I'm going to do is go up here and go to the content editor, and then I'm going to go over to the layout section. And as you can see right now, we're in the one column simple layout. So this is not what we want to do. We actually want to go down to left sidebar. I'm going to click here. And so what this does is this gives us a place to put our page documents that we want. So your PDFs on papers you've written, so they'll take up the full space of the page right here in this section. And then in this section, as you can see, the gray outline is going to be where the context text is, and then over here we're going to have the presentation. So to do how I did that was I highlighted first the document and moved it up into the first section. So now this is where your resume is in the work related page. So this is it is one column for the moment, so that way it gives the biggest display for the embedded documents that is possible. And now to move down for the context text portion, difficult to say right there. So what I'm going to do is I am going to click this and I am going to move it over to the right text section. So now it's going to be over here. And then the text that'll give context to this presentation is going to be in this section right here. So to do that, we're going to go ahead and click in this box. And usually we had been inserting text boxes. So to do that, we go to Insert, and then in the past we had gone to text boxes. But this is a common problem with text boxes. They seem to not respond the way you want them to. So instead, I'm going to use an HTML box. And this looks more complicated. This will look more complicated than it actually is, because I had preset this up for you. So HTML is basically a language for writing web pages. And I'm going to cut out all the complicated stuff and just show you what you need to know. So we're going to make a paragraph section, and then in this section would be all the text that gives context, and then this will be the garbled text, and then I'm going to close this paragraph tag, and again I'm going to set this up so you don't have to actually do this. So there we go. I'm going to save that. And right now we have the HTML box, which pretty much serves the same purpose as the text box, just less complicated, and it's a lot easier to get it to do what you want it to do. So let's go ahead and save this and see how it looks. So right now, as you can see, we have the first section, which has your documents in full view, as big as it can get for the page, which is nice. And then down below, where your presentations will be, there will be the actual presentation on the right side, and then the text that gives context to this over here on the left. And then I noticed on the work-related page that after the presentations, there were a few more documents. I believe it was the testimonials and a few other PDFs. So just to show you hypothetically where that would go, I'm going to go back into the content editor, and then I'm going to move down So see how this gray outline box goes across the whole page, and then below that you have two gray outline boxes for the presentation section. And then below again we have another one just like this one up here. So what I did was in here I inserted your other documents. We'll just do this one. Click yes, save. Then I'm going to go ahead and center that just so it matches up with the one up top. And then press save. So this is how I was able to create the context text for the presentation section. And I'm going to give you another video with more in depth of how I did that HTML box.